This videotape was made by Kathan Brown at Crown Point Press in Oakland, California, over 2 weeks in January 1986, with Richard Diebenkorn working here.
I'm willing to do anything you think will work. I'd sort of like to. You've got it on the acetate. And you tear it off the acetate, stick it on there. Piece of tape.
Well, that's what we did for this little thing. Remember when we had that cut out thing?
Yeah. Okay, well, let's give it a try. Is that all right?
Mm-hmm. It shows a little bit where you're lucky. Did you see it?
The thing I'm feeling is, and why I said that I thought this ought to be opened up too, is that its heaviness is almost giving it a bit of a top heavy. It's so closed up and so solid up there, which is, it's kind of strong and good, but down at the bottom it doesn't support all that solidity and heaviness. Whereas I think it works in this one, the kind of thing that I'm talking about. Let me try this. Let me try it. Here I go.
It sounds like it's working. What you're doing is the right way to do it.
All right.
It takes a while, but that's the way people have always done it.
I think I would like to have there. So when I do this, maybe I can also do that. That will be done in black. And it isn't much, just a little bit along the edge there. Just as soon when I do it again, I mean, I'd have to take it out. I don't know how much it troubles me, but it's just something I see when I look at it. It makes me second guess it.
Yeah,
I look and I think, gee, that's just terrific. But what about that section?
Yeah, so we should fix it.
Body of this is much better than I'm finding things in it now that cause it to be cause it to be good. This is much more full of light than this. This isn't really blankety, but it's See what I mean? I forget where I put the line, whether I want to obliterate the line or obliterate half. I think I'll obliterate half of it.
And I'm gonna ink this because I think I'll just put this little tab of blue here on that plate, that teardrop plate. And so I'm gonna. So on my green plate, what I need is to have that that add-on square. I need it right for the edge, to establish the edge of this. Just that's all I need.
The shadow line. Nice. It's looking very good as you unfurled it.
Oh, peel the paper?
Yeah. Something that I want to try that may sound maybe a little upsetting to you. Should I cut out this or not?
Oh, you made it bigger. You made it bigger.
Oh, I see what you mean. Well, that's all right. That's neat.
try everything though before you finally...
Probably, yeah. Oh, here, this does seem like the same value as this, so I thought, well, it's all right. But here, I think what Takata says this is going to be.
Yeah, we can't
Yeah.
Let me
most of that.
extend it a little bit.
This is what you just printed. I don't think you can tell here, really. Yes, but it's not nearly as black as this. I put this one up mainly because it's dark.
Yeah,
So now it's nearly 3:30 on Saturday afternoon, so the day that the project was supposed to end. And Diebenkorn has made a collage out of all the parts of the prints, all the prints of the print. Put it together, all the parts he likes best from several different prints.
Pretty much the same as this is the second to the last print, the strip in here. But it's essentially the same as what's underneath. These are both from the last print. Yeah.
This is Sunday morning.
Well, I'm just looking at the whole thing. And the whole looks very good.
would you like to move it over to this side of the wall? We didn't want to take any of these down yesterday.
Yeah, I'd like to see it over here. Is that bigger than one of my lithographs?
It's the biggest thing you've ever done in printmaking, I'm sure.
Is it?
I think it's even bigger than ochre and blue, the wood blocks.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, quite a lot.
Great. Great pleasure working with you.
We're about halfway through the project right now. It's changed into buff colors. It's not really certain that this one's going to be turning into a print at all. Would you like them? Larry could maybe try and print you maybe Larry could try and print you some pain in the ass gray. Because he doesn't seem to be doing anything right now.
Pain in the ass gray is very hard to come by. Well, it looks like this. Oh, yeah. That's a little darker. It varies. Thinking that this was part of it. Somehow part of the process, but then.
I mean, if you made your plate bigger,
Yeah, then you'd have
a line
plate,
there,
plate,
and then you'd have these things, which might not, they might look a little clever or something.
yeah. Marcia, you want to check on the weight of these lines? See if they're going to be heavy enough. Then I have to, with the stylus work over that. So it's all these generations. So we trace this on copper plate, which has a ground on it, and then I take the etching tool. What about these? Because this could be a one in here. And this is we're just going to have that as one. Well, if it's the whole thing, then we have to use it as one. Now this doesn't have to be a flat one, does it? I've done some applications and found that they were very ineffectual. And this is rather thwarting because then you have to go back and do it again and it doesn't look as good. And furthermore, you're doing it again, which you don't have the same energy behind the brush. So I don't know. I just, I'll do what the best I can do is think that you have the superior wisdom here. Well, that's going to be fine, I think. I don't get the kind of hand. No, it doesn't matter. Is that going to be all right for a hand? Are you going to see this? Oh, it's a little. Huh? What do you think?
I think it was fine. There's the three.
Oh, I see. Yeah. This offset will not do. I haven't exactly goofed, but this is generally not very accurate, I'm afraid. Well, let's see what it looks like. I'll They're two greens.
Yes, I see. There's two different greens, yeah.
And the way this will be, there'll be presumably a green and then a gray.
Yeah. Well, it'll change, of course, to have the gray under it. You'll see two different things, but you may need still another green.
I don't see why there's no evidence of my having graduated this.
I know there were some fingerprints on that one too, and I think the spit bite went over.
Well, I worked this one and I stopped right about here and I put pencil in there, and that's not pencil, that's soap. And I extended this out here with pencil.
Well,
It's not on this plate. That pencil business is on the pen plate.
it is on. It's on another plate, she said.
You had another plate?
So Marcia's getting
Marcia
something.
thinks so.
Yeah, let's see.
That's where you.
Yeah, that's it. And what happens here?
It's there, but it's
The pencil, I did the pencil maybe too heavy, or maybe not.
too lightly. You can see it, but not very well. Oh, it's right here.
Yeah, I see it. I can't tell, like you can tell if it's going to print or not.
Well, it's still very early on
Well, that's
in the print. I mean, we haven't. All the plates aren't even made yet. So.
This is the last plate, right?
That's a nice plate. That's right. That line really has
It would not be so bad if these filled up with a gray at the same value, so that it was relatively flat with that point.
I have lots of
You can't win them all. It has the wax on it for the soft ground.
if I get the washes to move in, say, almost halfway on either side, it's here. See how it does in my painting.
Yeah.
But there's nothing, we haven't put any plates together to tell us now.
one more little south ground, and then we can put this whole thing together for proof.
Oh, I'll use the lead pencil. Between the black and the wrong, that is wrong.
Right. You can do that right now.
Can you do that now? I don't think it should be much brighter.